Good evening, I'm Glenn Johnson. In September, CHSJ produced a video for St. John's singer and songwriter Gary Davidson. In the next half hour, we'll show you what it takes to turn a 3-minute song into a video. But first, let's take a look at the finished product, Hatton Cane by Gary Davidson.
I never go out walking, for I might see my babe. Ooh, my woman, she likes pretty things. She likes big, fancy cars, boys, and diamond rings. Lord, living in this one-room dive, living off dreams and things. Sure don't keep my lover's eyes alive to hear me sing. Ooh, my woman, she likes pretty things. She likes big, fancy cars, boys, and diamond rings. She likes big, fancy cars, boys, and diamond rings. Give me peace, Lord, give me peace, Lord. Give me peace in my heart. Give me peace, Lord, give me peace, Lord, 'cause it's tearing me apart. Or should I stay? Should I go down to the neon lights below, where my woman stands, I know, under the neon lights? Ooh, my woman, she likes pretty things. She likes big, fancy cars, boys, and diamond rings. Should I go? Should I stay? Go down the neon lights by the bay, where my woman stands in gray under those neon lights.
Petro-Canada is energy. To the people of Atlantic Canada, that means economic energy, fueling exploration projects in Labrador, Grand Banks, and the Scotian Shelf, creating new jobs in manufacturing, shipbuilding, and offshore drilling supplies. That's Petro-Canada's commitment. You can see it in Atlantic Canada, and wherever you see this sign. Petro-Canada, putting Canada first.
Thanks for the autograph.
Most people recognize me as an actor, but for my most important role, when I'm myself, I carry these. Because bad breath can happen a number of times every day, so after eating, drinking, or smoking, I use Clorettes. Only Clorettes have chlorophyll and retsin to help relieve bad breath. They're more effective than just candy or mints, and that's good to know, because you never know when you're going to have to get tough with your breath.
Now Clorettes is available in a new stick gum.
Only a few years ago, videos were almost unheard of. There were films of bands performing. Usually it was live concert material. And there were even fewer short music films, or what we now call music videos. In the last 5 years, videos have secured a place in the world of music, and there is little doubt that they are here to stay. The video is a new extension of music, a new element of expression for the artist, adding visuals to what previously had been a medium appealing only to the ear. Most of us are familiar with videos like Michael Jackson's Thriller. That video cost over $500,000 to produce. Another popular video was Jump by Van Halen. That one cost less than $1,000 to make. In the case of Hatton Kane, CHSJ Television and Gary's management worked out an agreement. CHSJ supplied the production crew and technical facilities, while Gary's management made their own arrangements for makeup and wardrobe people, extras, and anything else needed during the production. In order to make a video, obviously the first thing you need is a song.
I was singing this song. I wrote it about, I must have been 10 years ago, and it seemed to me that at a private party, everybody'd stop and sing the chorus, and nobody'd know the song, but everybody just act as if they knew it. And the necessity of writing it myself, you know, so there was no other opinions involved. That was a big plus.
The next step for Gary was recording the song. After that, the pre-production planning started with producer Mike Payne. The producer's job is to create a script and concrete visual ideas for the shooting of the video. Ultimately, the producer must find a compromise between artistic concepts and what is technically possible.
One of the reasons I did the song was it was I could see it visually in my mind. It rolled off the way, and when we did it in production, it did roll off the way I thought it would roll off. You know, it'd come off smooth, easy.
Time was another important factor in the making of the video. The entire project from start to finish, including recording of the song, took less than 2 weeks, which is fast by any standard. In the days leading up to the actual shoot, locations had to be decided upon, extras recruited, and makeup artists, wardrobe personnel, and other technical staff coordinated by the producer and Gary's production company. On the day of the shoot, the producer and television crew arrived at the first location, set up and light the set for the first shot. In Hatton Kane, 3 locations were used. The first was inside the Tug at Market Square in St. John. With location shooting, technical problems are inevitable. For example, the crew had a problem finding enough power for the amount of lights and equipment used. Once that problem was solved, the producer and lighting director could set up for the first shot. While they were doing that, the rest of the cast and crew were preparing makeup and costumes for the bar scene.
You want to be able to see it, but we're going to shoot under the line.
At this point, space became a problem. With the lighting set and the cast and crew in place, the shooting could begin. The song was played back on a portable stereo for the band to play in time and for Gary to lip-sync the words.
That's Mark, stand by. With cue is on the music. As soon as the music goes, you all go with it. This is the only way that different shots can be matched exactly to the song in the editing process. What may look like several cameras shooting a single performance is in fact one camera taking a variety of shots from various angles. Therefore, the band had to play the song again and again and again, which is hot and tiring under the lights.
never go out walking. Now, never go out walking. Without my dream. Never go out walking.
It was also difficult for the band and cast to maintain their enthusiasm.
Take 3 is marked, tapes rolling, stand by. Music cue and action.
When all of the performance shots were completed, the lights and camera were set up to shoot the extras and the leading lady.
Actually getting a model that was good enough looking, Monica Collins consented to do it, and she was by far, I was so lucky to have her in it because she was a very good looking girl. I mean, to make a good video you have to have a good looking car and a good looking girl, and I have both, so I'm fortunate.
At this point, reaction shots were set up with model Monica Collins. Producer Mike Payne had to get her to show several different emotions and facial expressions to reflect the lyrical content of the song. In the editing process, many of these shots were used in slow motion.
Mark at 14. Take 1.
Or do I do this one?
Music, please. Same thing. Now this time, right into the lens, right? Don't look at me at all. Okay, right into the lens. Little smile. Okay. That's fine. That's good. Drink from the glass. Turn away slowly. Turn away really slowly. Come back with that first look. Away slowly again and come back with the laugh or the big smile. Okay, great.
What amounts to a couple of seconds in the finished product may actually take half an hour to set up and light. When these shots were completed, the cast and crew then broke for supper before moving to the next location, the boardwalk outside the tug. The next scene, Gary walking down the boardwalk, called for total darkness, so there was a 2-hour delay before shooting could begin. That time was well spent trying once again to secure enough power to run the lights and equipment. And power on a remote shoot is not always easy to find.
You got it? Gary's a better man than I am.
Anyway, you can steal that for nothing.
That Murray is fit to be tied. You'll never get it. Say something.
During the 2-hour delay, the dancers had time to rehearse. Makeup had to be applied. And security had to keep an eye on the gathering crowds. When it was dark enough to start shooting, everyone moved into position for the scene, which took a little longer than anyone anticipated, including Gary.
I did 27 takes of the boardwalk scene. 27 takes with 250 people watching me. And I got to about 19, everybody started to boo and stuff, you know. And you get very embarrassed and keep trying, but I got the boardwalk scene after 27 takes. I'm ashamed to say.
What was the problem? What was the problem you were having? Was it just starting to get tired at that point, or?
Well, it was hearing it back. You'd get the count. The film would roll, and you take that step, but that step might be delayed a half a second, or half a second too long, you know, and you'd have to start all over again. You had to be right on with that step to get the intro. After that, after you started, you were into it, and everything was smooth. But to get that opening scene was really excruciating, really hard. I found it hard.
Scene 24, take 2 is marked. Stand by music. Stand by Gary. Wait till I say action before you go, right? Tell me when you're ready. Music cue. Action. Look the other way. 3. Takes rolling, it's marked. Stand by music, stand by Gary at the end, don't forget to stop. Couple of throws when you're there, and then to the camera and big smile, okay? Music cue. Action. Move to the lens.
Once the boardwalk scene was completed, the crew again had to tear down the equipment and move to another setting, the wharf at Market Square. The lighting for this set was complicated because there was a large space that had to be lit.
1, 2, 3.
The only people needed for these shots were Monica and the dancers, leaving Gary with a lengthy gap between performances.
Turn, step, cross, 2.
3 hours just to get one shot in, so I was sitting down for 3 hours waiting while other people danced around, and stuff like that was hard on, you know, the waiting and stuff like that was hard.
For the dancing scene, an antique auto was brought on the set, and when the dancers got into costume, one more problem arose.
Dressing the people. You know, I mean, if you don't have, to find all that clothing, to get it all there, everything was supposed to fit, and then to find out it didn't fit. And you had to run around again and find more clothing.
Because the dancers had to keep in perfect time with each other as well as the song, the scene had to be shot over and over. Camera angles had to be changed to allow for a greater variety of shots for the editing stage. After the dance shots were completed, there was one more wharf scene to be shot, with Monica and the car.
That's great.
At this point, even the cameramen were getting tired. Because of the time consumed shooting the scenes inside the tug, on the boardwalk, and on the wharf, the shooting schedule had to be altered.
We couldn't shoot after 12 because of the noise levels and things like that. So when we got to the second location and our time had expired, so we didn't get to the third location, that was a problem. So when it came to editing, we had to edit it longer in certain parts than we had intended to.
When the scenes on the wharf were wrapped up, Gary and Monica and the crew moved to the final location for the video, a dingy upstairs room on Prince William Street. Wardrobe and makeup changes were once again necessary, as well as some elaborate lighting to capture the mood. The flashing neon light outside the window in these shots was done by setting up a large red spotlight on an adjacent rooftop. A technician then passed a card in front of the light to create the flashing effect. For these scenes, the room as well as Gary were meant to look down and out. Producer Mike Payne had to give Gary a little instruction to get the right feeling. But by this time, it was well past midnight, and it was difficult to determine if Gary was acting or if it was genuine fatigue. With the shooting of the scenes complete, the next phase of the project was the actual editing of the video. The multiple takes of the 50 separate shots had to be selected and shaped into its final form. At this point, the producer must decide which shots work artistically and technically while maintaining the original concept of the script. Editing takes a great deal of time to complete. However, less than a week after the day of the shoot, Gary Davidson's Hat and Cane video was a finished product. On Sunday, December 9th, Hat and Cane debuted on Canada's all-music pay-TV network, Much Music.
So from Gary Davidson, to wrap up Limits today, Hat and Cane.
Variety will return with another look at the video, Hat and Cane.
Again?
Oh, no. Not this.
Excess gas can cause anyone discomfort. But new chewable Gas X tablets relieve stomach and intestinal gas fast. Excess gas. Get Gas X, a single-purpose medicine. Fast relief for everyone.
This season brings wonderful thoughts and pleasant memories to mind. The staff and management of Bathurst Travel, 342 King Avenue, would like to extend their very best wishes to you during this festive season, and a sincere wish for a happy and safe holiday. While families share good tidings and love throughout this holiday season, Castle Machine Works Limited, 142 Roger Street in Newcastle, would like to share their wish for a happy holiday and an extra special New Year.
Cane took all day, while the finished video is only 3 minutes long. We've shown some of the work behind the scenes and what it takes to achieve different effects. So let's take another look at Hat and Cane.
I never go out walking, but I might see my babe. Ooh, my woman, she likes pretty things. She likes big, fancy cars, boys, and diamond rings. Lord, living in this one-room dive, living off dreams and things. Sure don't keep my lover's eyes alive to hear me sing. Ooh, my woman, she likes pretty things. She likes big, fancy cars, boys, and diamond rings. Things. She likes big fancy cars, boy, and diamond rings. Give me peace, Lord, give me peace, Lord. Give me peace in my heart. Give me peace, Lord, give me peace, Lord, 'cause it's tearing me apart. Or should I stay? Should I go down to the neon lights below, where my woman stands, I know, under the neon lights? Ooh, my woman, she likes pretty things. She likes big, fancy cars, boys, and diamond rings. Should I go? Should I stay? Go down the neon lights by the bay, where my woman stands in gray under those neon lights.
Traditionally, it has been difficult for maritime artists to make it in the Canadian music scene without leaving the Maritimes. In order to get exposure, many musicians had to tour through Ontario and Quebec, doing the club circuit to gain recognition. This process sometimes takes years, but now with the advent of videos, artists find themselves in the living rooms of millions of people almost overnight. I'm Glenn Johnson for Variety. Good night.
Okay, Gary, now Right, you stay on your mark, right, and I'll be here. Now you, to this point is what you react to without looking at the lights, okay?
How tight do you want?
Do it the first time we should have a MCU and go into a good tight close-up for the reaction, which is on the line. When I finally...
This is going to tape.
Is it? Well, I'll tell you, you'll see it the first time. What you want to do it first. Okay, on music cue, let it roll. Then right, then the next whole chorus you sing right to it.
Okay, yeah, right.
Okay, Mark.
Okay.
Now, do you want to zoom?
Too smart, yeah, I'd like to go right in on that line that you see, so you know, fast in on him to get his reaction as he reacts.
Yeah,
I never go warming up my hand, okay? I never go out I might see my baby. Right on 4.
Okay.
Okay, Gary, right on the 4 of 4 I might see my baby, right?
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Let's go, music cue. Okay, tape's rolling, scene 6, take 4 is marked. Okay? Stand by.
You can have lines on through.
Same thing.
She just appeared there.
Okay, ready, on the music cue. Action. Right at the lens, really hard. Big surprise. Okay, let's mark it. 6, take 5. Stand by on the music cue. This is going to be the keeper.